Hey, good morning. What's poppin'? It's your boy Jay the Comedian. Good morning! I said that twice because it is a good morning. It's a very beautiful day today, and I'm feeling amazing. So today, I would like to talk to you guys about poverty inside the Jehovah Witness organization. Oh yes, the money. Let's talk about the money of the people, not the organization, because as you know already, the organization itself, oh, they're well off. Very, very well off. But the people, okay, let me just say this, because there's something that I've always wanted to point out that I never really got to point out, and that is this. I've went to congregations in which there were majority well-off people that were Jehovah Witnesses, and there were majority poor people that were Jehovah Witnesses in different congregations. You know what I mean? Now, like you all know, I grew up on the south side of Chicago, and yeah, the congregation is on the south side. Everybody's poor. This is where I spent most of my time. But there are some congregations. When I lived in Joliet with my sister, the congregations out there were some congregations who had money. Where it's like the people in there, on average, they had money. And it was funny because the general needs or the local needs or whatever, it was always very, very interesting. Because on the south side of Chicago, the local needs were to, stay strong and steer clear away from things that'll lead you out of the truth, as far as like, the physical aspects and stuff like that. And Jehovah gonna be there for you, just keep pressing on, have hope, That was the overall message on the south side of Chicago for all the poor people, right? You know what the message, the local needs were for all the rich people in Joliet? The local needs consist of them telling them, hey, make sure that you don't follow material things, and make sure you put Jehovah head. Make sure you put Jehovah's goal ahead of your own goals as far as making money and doing all this other stuff. That's what they were constantly getting out there. And you know what else they would get? They'd get example after example after example after example of people quitting their job or taking a part-time position so they could further their ministry as far as being a Jehovah Witness. That's what they got out there. Now, we got that sometimes on the south side, but we rarely got that example of somebody coming up, yes, and this sister quit her job making $100,000. We got that at the assembly, you know what I'm saying? But it was rarely done at the Kingdom Hall where they were saying. But in Joliet, they was trying to get people to leave their jobs so they could be better Jehovah Witnesses. Now, this is the thing. The elders on the south side and the elders in Joliet, right? In Joliet, they were pretty cool. Like, they weren't, like, as intrusive. Now, mind you, they still had judicial committees. People still got this fellowship. Like, it wasn't like it wasn't happening out there. And there was still the whole cult situation, you know what I mean? But out inside of but in Joliet itself, in those congregations where majority people had a nice amount of money, the elders were far more understanding and nice. Now, on the south side of Chicago, they was pulling that disfellowship trick. I said trick. Quick. They pull it quick, boy. It's like, oh, you looked at somebody wrong, disfellowship. Lightning bolt. They really felt like they God on the south side of Chicago. But in Joliet, it wasn't like that. People got chances. Like, I almost felt like, even though the Judicial Committee thought process is completely and utterly crazy to me, in Joliet, I felt like they at least were giving people real chances, But I still couldn't believe how differently they treated people in this, well-off society as opposed to this poor society. You know what I mean? Now, I have a theory about this. They were constantly trying to get the people who had a lot of money to quit their jobs or take, you know what I mean? Like, that's what they were constantly pushing. Because inside of the organization, it is extremely hard to control somebody who has the means to do what they want to do and live how they want to live. You know what I mean? It's extremely hard to control somebody who does that. Because usually, even if you are well off, unless your parents just gave you the money, you worked for it. You sacrificed for it. You didn't just get that overnight. No, that's not how that works at all. You did some work, you spent some energy and some time and effort, and you got it. That's how that happened. But no, that's not the case as far as like on the South Side, because on the South Side there is no money. There ain't nobody out there living these crazy life, got mansions and all that stuff. No, not on the South Side. That's not what's going on at all. I wish it was, but it's not. That is not what's happening. People are struggling out here, and a struggling person helps the Jehovah Witness organization. That's who they want. They don't want nobody that's doing well and who's well off and who got a nice future ahead of them. No. You can't really take away from somebody like that. Or you can only take so much, you know? You get a bunch of people who are just like, who've lost hope. Because when you lose hope, the Jehovah Witnesses is like, yeah. Because that's one thing they have for you. That's one thing a lot of religions have for you. They have an abundance of hope they can give out. Oh, you need some hope? Oh, we got that right here. We got all type of hopes. What type of hope you want? A hope of everlasting life? You want to see people that died? We got all that. Now, whether or not it's real, it doesn't matter. You just want the hope. We got the hope, okay? We're going to offer you the hope. Now, we'll figure out later whether or not it's real or not, you know? But as far as hope, baby, we got your back. That's where Jehovah Witnesses operate, man. That's their sweet spot right there. And this is the thing. As long as you are not in a position to whereas you can actually like go on vacations and you can enjoy certain aspects of your life or whatnot, you know what I mean? As long as you can do that, man, it's kind of hard to convince me some of the crazy stuff they try to convince people to do. Like, seriously. If I'm sitting up there, right? If I'm sitting up there and somebody comes to me and says, you know, your kid he needs a blood transfusion, or because if you don't get one, it's over for him, you know? It's going to be hard for me to make that decision if I'm worth millions and millions of dollars. I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm worth a couple million, somebody say, hey, maybe you should just let your kid, you know, expire on the operating table. No! How about I don't do that? How about I just take whatever repercussions you want to give me, but I'm going to do this instead, you know? It's hard to do that when you got that paper, boy. It's hard to convince somebody to do that. But when you're poor and you got all this hope that you've been given and sold and packaged and delivered and put a nice little bow on the top of it. This is the hope you got right here. This is your hope, people. Oh, it's a little easier to get people to bend to your will, you know? It's just one of those things in life, you know? You take somebody who needs something, you give them what they need as long as it's something that doesn't really physically need to be in their hand, and boom, there you have it. Like, I can offer anybody anything. You know what I mean? As long as I don't have to actually give it to them, oh, that's beautiful. How do you think insurance companies are making so much money right now? They don't actually have to be there for you until you have an accident. You know? And as Jehovah Witnesses showed time and time again, they're willing to give you all the hope insurance you need. But the moment you say, okay, you know, my kid's dead now, can I get some of that, you know, can you pay for funeral costs or anything like that? No. You can have a funeral at the Kingdom Hall. You're not going to pay for your plot or anything like that. And actually, if you do have the funeral at the Kingdom Hall, we're going to use that opportunity to go ahead and recruit new members, especially any family members that's feeling that loss. We're going to just tell them, oh, you know, you can see this guy again if you just come to our religion. We got some hope for you. We like to sell. Yeah, we're selling hope, baby. If you want to see this kid again, we'll show you in the hope section. Come back in our hope section. We got more than any type of hope you need. We got it for you, baby. So boom, that's poverty for you right there. Poverty puts you in a position to where you're more depressed, you have bigger problems, and you just need something to help you get through those problems. And sometimes it ain't even like money would probably be great to help you get through those problems, but they don't offer money. They offer you hope. Yeah, I don't want to buy any more hope. It's not a good insurance policy. Anyway, man, it's your boy Jay the Comedian. I hope y'all having a great day like I am. Holla at your guala. Deuces.